Benjamin Hayes. I am currently unemployed, project manager, scrum master, project coordinator within the information technology industry. I wrote a book about running local AI systems called GPT for All, installing, configuring, and using a local AI chatbot that you control. It's available on Amazon.com. You can buy it as an ebook. The price is pretty cheap, pretty inexpensive, and you can also, and if you're on Kindle Unlimited, it is currently free as of November 18th, 2025. No promises when that's going to go up. It's a special promotion Amazon's running on my book, so hope you buy it and hope you enjoy it. I'm looking for a job, of course. So if you are interested in contacting me for an interview, contact me on LinkedIn. Hopefully it's going to be down here. I can figure out some way to make it appear and message me. So what are we going to be talking about today? We're going to be talking about why you should run your GPTs local. There's a lot of reasons why you should run them locally on your computer and not use something like ChatGPT by OpenAI, Claude, Gemini by Google, or other online systems. First, none of those privately held AI companies have been audit for governance and compliance by the big three auditing firms. They have been added by smaller companies that I have never heard of. OpenAI ChatGPT is certified to be ISO 27001 by Shellman Compliance LLC. And same thing with Anthropotek's Cloud as well. Same certification by the same company. I have never heard of that firm before. And I can, really vouch for them. So what is ISO 27001? It provides governance. It is an international standard that provides how your information that you plug into OpenAI's ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, is controlled and what type of security they have on that information. Because I know a lot of people are plugging in confidential information that I and other people don't want to make public. And it helps identify what those risks are, and it identifies the type of controls they have to manage those risks. And unfortunately, I don't trust it. I don't trust the risk management. I don't trust the risk management plans. I do not trust, that they are able to control the data and our information like they should. As part of the ISO 27001 process, lists and controls that were not implemented should be identified and justified on the Statement of Applicability, the SOA. Neither OpenAI or Anthropotek has made their SOAs public. I cannot see what controls they have not implemented or why they have not implemented it. Additionally, both those companies are not publicly traded. These companies do not have an S1 filed with the SEC. They don't have yearly reports. They are privately held. So all this data, all this information can stay private for them. And that makes me feel very uncomfortable. I looked up Shellman Compliance LLC. Now, in their defense, according to the website, they're a top 50 CPA firm focused on IT compliance, founded in 2002. According to the website, they're used by Walmart, VMware, and various other companies as well. Again, I've never heard of them. I have never heard of these of this auditing company. I have never heard of this CPA firm before, and I don't trust. Why aren't they? Why isn't OpenAI using the big three CPA firms? I don't know. What are they hiding and why? That's my question. Second reason why you should use these AI systems locally is because information security comes second to OpenAI, probably Anthropotek as well. To acquire information on the internet, what OpenAI does, ChatGPT does is it sends a prompt over to Google, which is then queried and put up on a web page. This can be viewed by using Google Analytical tool. Your prompt can be viewed by whichever web page it's sent out to. That, I feel, is very unacceptable. Because it's confidential. It's it's a conversation and should not be sent out to other web pages. The last reason why you should use a local system, like the GPT for all, as I explained in my book, installing GPT for all, installing, configuring, and using a local AI chatbot that you control, is because it's the AI output that's generated by these online systems really worth it compared to a local system. A lot of people use AI, Gen AI, to generate letters, to get ideas, to use as a text-based solution. And unfortunately, these online systems, they're cutting it. When you compare the amount of energy and electrical use that it uses versus the output that generates, local systems does it just fine. They do it just well enough. And do you feel comfortable having that confidential information, your information, being released, sent out, made public by others? I don't, not at all. So these videos are aimed towards businesses and managers and hiring managers. So let me ask you, is it worth the humiliation if your confidential information that you're sending out to ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini gets revealed by the public, by the media? How would your mother or your grandmother feel reading those type of prompts? How would a senator feel or a congressperson feel if they read the prompts? Would you feel comfortable with that risk of being called in front of a Senate hearing to, justify why you're sending out social security numbers or the confidential information? Let me give you a real life example. Okay? And I've used GPT for all for this. I received a notice from the IRS saying I worked for a company that I never worked with before. And I'm going to use GTP for all to write a letter in real time in front of you showing that how it works in real life. I'm going to be using an LLM called Reasoner version 1 to write the letter. And as you can see, I'm just typing it in, saying, hey, write me a letter to the IRS saying that I did not ever work for this company. Boom, comes right up. And it's all kept local and it's all kept confidential. It's not released to, any outside organizations, it's not released to any companies, just, right there, easy, simple, and private. And that's what you should use a chatbot for, internal chatbot. Don't use ChatGPT, don't use Claude, don't use Gemini. Keep it local for most things. So, if you want to learn more about running AI systems locally, buy my book, GPT for All, installing, configuring, and using local chatbot that you control, by me, Benjamin Hayes. If you want me to work for you as a project manager, scrum master, project coordinator in the IT industry, contact me on LinkedIn. More than willing to sit down and see what type of projects you run and how I can help. And hopefully my LinkedIn's going to appear down here. It might be in the comments. I don't know. Hopefully I can figure it out. Again, I'm not a YouTuber by trade. I don't know anything about running videos. But, I do like to learn and I do like to try new things. So send me a message. And until next time, stay safe out there.